Supreme, supreme, supreme. It always goes, you going dark and light. There you go. Colors be popping on there, yo, like dark and light, dark and light. So, supreme, supreme rising. You already know the vibes, and I am Naga, Naga the Wise. This is Naga's thoughts. You know, getting your thoughts. You have a lot of things you want to think about, talk about, whatever. Come sit down and have that dialogue with me. If you think you got some things you want to work out in the mind or whatever, holla at me. If you got graphic designs you need, if you got promotion and advertising you need, you want to go viral, holla at your boy. That's what I do. Hey, so connect with me first and foremost. Let's get that going. I am Naga. Naga, the wisdom in between the heavens and the earth. That's what I represent as. You know what I'm saying? So I've heard rhetoric, I've heard the hate. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't even matter. Like I pay close attention just so I can learn, right? So with that being said, let's get into a little bit of choppity chop chop. They about to scrape the road. Look at the machine. They about to scrape the road. So you already know the vibes. You know, for the most part, you know, I keep hearing everybody trying to work out the understanding of what spirituality is supposed to do for them. And I love this awakening thing, like to see people, wake up to the value and start to move towards the understanding in some particular way. And it's so many levels to it, especially that level with other people have started waking up and they start experiencing shit, and then you looking around yourself and you like, y'all not on the level yet. This is what they doing. Like you wanna like it charges you to want to point out every little insignificant value that's not on the level that you're changing to or changing from. And that's cool, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be so judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in your head always pointing out every little flaw that somebody has or what they do, because that's a good way to pull you back from where you just came from. That's all I'm saying. It's a good way to thrust you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always gonna have somebody that wants to be in a category of first, second, and third, or they're the best, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Divine don't look at that shit like that. Divine don't be like, yo, those were the first ones to ever say this, and I love them. No, divine don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Divine looks at how well, how much, and how long you've had patience, how much you can take, and how well you were able to serve others who was lack thereof, and the understanding that you was growing towards. It's not about you. It's all praise due to the Most High. So once you understand, all praises go to divine. It ain't about how well you acclimate. It's about how well the acclimate worked with you for you to serve the purpose of of divinity, of divine pretense, of divine guidance, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What's the brother? The brother be like, yo, whoever they are. I love it when he say that shit. He be like, they, them, whoever they are. Shout out to the basketball brother. But that be the point though. Everybody want to have somebody to blame. That's not relevant, right? There's nobody to blame. What it is how you perceive everything. It's always going to be your perception of it. So you can actually hear someone say something negative to you or about you. Should you perceive it in a way to where it disturbs the character that you are? Think about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like once you understand that the wind is blowing, you accept it to be cool. So something has to come from somebody for you to accept it, or you have to want to be involved with that circumstance for you to have to accept it. So why is negative energy so easily accepted by people? Why do you say, "Oh, they did this to me"? They didn't do shit to you. You accepted that shit. Period. They didn't do anything to you. They said what they said. They are who they are. If you accept it, then it had to, play its role that you are, contemplating to. You know what I mean? The contentment to. So it's like to comprehend the value of a story. There's roles in the story that have to be played. You have to be involved in the movie to have a role in the story. You understand what I'm saying? You have to play the role in the movie to be involved in the story. Otherwise, it really don't matter. So it's like when you get to the basis of comprehending what gluttony for punishment means, or when they say misery loves company, when you really comprehend what that means, that's basically saying you just like being involved in every damn thing, whether somebody says something to you or not, because you wouldn't have carried the story home in the first place, right? You wouldn't be like, oh, hold on, who called him? Insignificance, decline. So, you know what I mean? You only play the roles that you want played in your life. You know what I'm saying? You got so many people out here, that's all they do is talk shit about somebody else and act like that's not who they are. They just talk shit about everybody. You know what I'm saying? This person, that person said this person did that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing. You always act like people always gotta say what they wasn't doing. But you was there, right? You was over there. Obviously you was doing something. You was being a part. You know what I'm saying? You want to look at it and act like you just don't do shit. That's a lie. You've been a part of things your whole life. You have ran around people and then said, I'm just over here with them. Your grandparents probably would have said, don't take your ass over there. You was like, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just here. You're lying. You're lying. You played a role. Every evil, negative energy you do, that's you promoting that as a value. That's what that is. That's you promoting it as a value and you creating a story to soon be told to somebody to say, this is my role in the story and this is their role. Look at them. Shit is retarded to me, yo. Shit is retarded. The most powerfulest thing you can do when it comes to spirituality is separate your understanding from everybody else's understanding and just be. That's the powerfulest thing you can do. Divine is watching every move that you are. Is watching how you move, how you know, distinguish in between certain events. Divine is watching all these things. And ultimately you are saying the feeling. You're telling, you know, the world what the feeling is. It's like, yo, it's like this, it's like that. It's like this, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at the the truck scrape the road and shit. Um, yeah, divine don't be caring about what's going on in the world. That's not the real. It's always gonna be like if you're working for a company, the company don't care about what happened outside. It happens about you doing it worries about what work you did inside the company. Don't care about what happened outside between you and Christina or you over here and you and Bobby about to fight or whatever. They don't give a damn about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you go and you disturb the workplace, they got a place to put you that's off of the workplace. So if life was work, because you had to focus on the fact that you was given life, you was given divinity to connect to everybody who also was given life and to be the image of what that looks like to guide people from the fact of not understanding you're supposed to be here serving the divine and all pretenses that come with that. That is the real job of life, you know what I'm saying? So most time we get tired and then we comfortable in our own creations, our own families, you know, our own places where we made ourselves safe at and all that. We comfortable right there. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get comfortable at. And then you don't want to put the rest of the work in because you've been too busy making false stories your whole life. See, divine is not talking about the actions that you have that are sinful. That's already known. Known you're gonna do sinful stuff. It's the innate ability of having sinful character inside yourself. So you would have to reinvent yourself every day. Every day. How well tomorrow are you gonna be better at knowing that you got a fucked up character inside of you? That you naturally can just go do some shit that's gonna cause harm to somebody. That you smile in people's face, but you really will do some you'll do some heinous shit. You'll do something that'll piss somebody off. You'll do something to get under somebody's skin. You'll go lie. You'll cheat. You'll spread stories. You have a fucked up energy about yourself. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people sit around and listen, and when it comes around, you'll sit down and entertain that shit. You like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. And then somebody's mouth is just steady running, steady running. My grandfather used to be like, watch these run, go tell people. The ones who want to tell you everything that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? The ones that think they know and they place it themselves in a better watch them. You know what I'm saying? Exciting colors, you know, exciting colors do. They stand out so you can notice them. That's what exciting colors do. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the hot pink, the hot orange, you know what I'm saying? The hot red, hot blue, all these pop colors, like pow. Like, oh shit, that stand out, pow. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same energy. And that motion itself, it's not giving praise to the divine. It's saying, hey, look at me. That's what that color is doing. It's saying, hey, look at me. I'm here. You know what I mean? Like one thing got nothing to do with the next. And one thing ain't never got nothing to do with the next. Isn't that listen to people talk this bullshit all your whole days and then both of y'all in the same boat now. Both of y'all in the same boat now. The thing about understanding spirituality, once it comes to your life, is always a reflection. It's always a reflection of what you could be. You know what I'm saying? It's a reflection of where you can go. It's a reflection of what's good for you. But because your integrity base is based off the blame game, because you want to look and point instead of look at yourself, what happens is you end up missing the gift that's given to you because you're too busy blaming it. You're too busy saying what it is and what it's not, and you're not divine. You're not divine in no way. You're human. You have something, a piece of divinity, a spark. That doesn't make you divine nothing. That means you have a part of it. I got on a white t-shirt. Does this make me a white t-shirt? I got on a white head wrap. Does that make me a white head wrap? I got on gold shades. Does that make me the gold shades? No, it doesn't. It's something that's a part of me. It's something you can see on me. It's something you can see shine off me, the white. You can see it on my brown skin. Comprehend what I'm saying? So you got divine light in you. You're not divine yet. You're just carrying it around. And depending on how well you use that divine energy, it's going to state the value of what you are. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a person that works a mechanic and you get up every day and put on mechanic clothes, people are going to identify you with that. If you're a person that works in lumber and you put on boots every day and suspenders and you get your tools to go with that, even though it's on your body, they're going to start identifying you with that because that's your frequency. That's what you frequent more over than anything. So even if you going somewhere and your mouth is running about a particular energy, then that's what your mouth is running about is about what you are. You'll never be no more than that. That's who you are. So you got to choose in this world and comprehend what and who you are and where you're going. Otherwise, the hell you talking about? Intelligence really states the value unless you're hanging around lack of intelligent type individuals, people who don't have that structure of a mentality. They don't have that. So since they don't have that, you know what you do? You miss out on the point. You'd rather go get mixed in with things that are not complete as far as what they are, comprehending that as an option. Like, yeah, I can say XYZ about this story because you know what? Fake that is, I am too. You won't even have to acknowledge the fact that you're fake. You're just going to play the role according to the fact that you lack thereof of what you think you believe or know about yourself. See, that's how people carry energy. That's how you carry the truth about yourself. You're always going to be what you are. That's just the bottom of the line of that. You just gonna be what you are. And then expressing what that is, when you express how that is and what it looks like, it gives you the opportunity to say, yeah, I see why I fell short at. Because that's not what I am. I'm not the white t-shirt. It's just what I have on. I'm not the lumber jack. It's just what I work in. I'm not the boxer. I just wear the gloves to fight. You can be anything in this world. Why not be a child of the Most High? That's what you came here as. You came here as the light in a physical body. You came here as light that manifested into flesh. That's how divine sent you here. That's the first understanding. Once you comprehend that's how you were sent, what do you do with that? Be what you are. Be the light in every circumstance. Be the light. For the most part, you'll waste your life trying to find out what that is. Like you forgot what good was. Like you forgot what unconditional love was. It's because it's not your practice integrity base. You're not practicing unconditional love. So how you gonna be something you never practice or you never instill in yourself? Just like cooking food. How you expect love to come out when you cook when you don't practice it? Some people get doing things for others mixed up with the value of you satisfying somebody's notion. That has nothing to do with that. If you're capable of doing something for somebody and you're in the space of doing that, don't stop it. Divine set it up like that. Don't say, nah, I ain't gonna do this. Now you're being judgmental. As soon as you pull yourself away from what divine told you to do, you know what you do? You lose all the grace that comes with that. You lose the divine input that goes with that motion. It's not about the motion. The motion means nothing. It's important for a man because if he's following and he's listening and he moves correctly, then that sets the image of what that looks like for another man. But in the same breath, it doesn't matter unless you're following the motion that's given to you by divinity. So a lot of people walk around their life doing a bunch of shit that don't have nothing to do with divinity. You just adding it to your life. I'm gonna do this so I can get XYZ. That's not divine helping you get an understanding. That's you saying that's the best plan and method that's for you to do anything other than. As you saying, yeah, if I do that, then it'll work out for me. That's not you relying on the divine. That's what people fall short at, thinking that they outsmarting the Most High. Oh, yeah, divine ain't gonna bring nothing to you. You can't sit around and wait for it. It's a lie. It's a lie. Divine wants you to be more patient. He wants you to sit around. He wants you to be more rested. He wants you to be healed. He wants you to be comfortable. But if you ain't in a position to do none of that stuff, how'd you dig that hole where you at? How'd you get to the spot to where you couldn't just be there? It's probably what you speaking. It's probably your point of view of how you looking out at the world. It's probably how you receive and benefit to those particular values. You've been living that way for so long, there's no other way for you. That's your comprehension to it. So you can't blame nobody but yourself because that's the choices you made within your will. My will would be always to be next to the source. Why not? That's what gives life. Why would I want to be next to anything else? Life comes with that. Everything tangible. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like it's not like I have to act a certain way to be me. I'm me. So what comes with being me is what divine knows. So I can't lie to that. I can fake it and try to be something other than myself, but that ain't gonna do nothing but cause me turmoil because now I'm putting out in the universe that I want shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. And when I get it, I'm sitting there mad because shit don't work out for me because it ain't you, playboy. It ain't you, playgirl. It's a fact. But keep in mind, you've been doing this for a long time. You know better. You the one. You Neo in the Matrix. You the divine particle and shit. You know what I'm saying? I talk shit. I do. But that's because that's who I always been. I always talk shit since I was little. I always talk shit and laugh like that's who I was. But then I would back it up too because I knew why. My talk shit would be against the value of what you know you should do and make people hate it. Like, how you gonna hate doing the right thing? That's because something else inside of you is innate. You'll be like, look what he said, look what he did. Only thing you had to do is the right thing. Me saying anything shouldn't have pushed you to go no way. It shouldn't have pushed you right or left. You should have just said, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the right thing. You dig what I'm saying? That's how life really turns around. I'm gonna do the right thing. So then you do the right thing. It becomes your new integrity. You start doing that over and over and over. The more you're in that frequency, the more the frequencies of life change. They bend. The things that want to be around you to disturb your energy, they fall away because they can't pick up to that speed. You're too busy absorbing the high value frequency. So then you're not like, yo, I wonder what's gonna happen. Nah, you don't have to be like that. Because you're already in control of understanding one thing. You know divine is almighty and all powerful. So you being in that frequency, it allows nothing to come against you. That's something you have to realize though. Like people don't really truly believe or know that the divine is almighty. You don't know it in your heart. So you get in divine energy and start getting scared, thinking that if you don't focus a little bit on the shit you used to do, something gonna happen. Man, fuck that. I bet divine will put foot in that ass, knee deep. And that's a reality. So once you stop trying to figure out how you going to do these things, stop running your mouth so much. You know what I'm saying? Stop saying shit that, and you got to keep in mind when you speak, you're speaking spell. So you're as responsible as any other circumstance that's taking place. You're as responsible because you're speaking it. So how do you see all these things that's happening around you opposed to you comprehending how you're supposed to be as an individual? The more you rise, and I'm gonna give you another jewel. This is another jewel right here. This is how you know you're really moving forward because it'll get so peaceful. You'll try to figure out something to do. You'll be like, wait a minute, I gotta say something, I do something. Divine, like, nah, you already did enough. I need you to be still right now. I need you to be still. Hold on. Divine, like, I need you to be still right now. That's the reality of that. You'll try it. You'll be like, oh, well, it's been so long. Divine, like, nah, you put enough work in. Just relax. If something come up, just do it. But other than that, I don't need you to do much. I find myself in a lot of those times and spaces at peace, thinking that I have to do something, thinking I got to put something together. In all actuality, it's already coming together by itself. Majority of the time, people will get upset because certain things don't go in the timing that they wanted to. You wanted something to happen, it ain't happened the way you wanted it to happen. But because you got in your emotions, you couldn't hear divine speaking to you. You was too busy upset. So you was yelling, you was mad, you was saying it, and when you talk, you're inside your own head. You're inside your own head. It's the first voice you hear while you're talking. So when you mad, yeah, all that motion and everything you saying is clogging up the frequency of you hearing everything. The antennas can't pick up the frequency from divine. Antennas can't pick it up. So every time something happens, you react to it in a certain way. Your reaction tells the universe how you feel. And this is why self-control is even important because when you have self-control, it doesn't matter what happened. You're always gonna have self-control. You're gonna have self-control. So when it happens, you're gonna be calm anyway. You're like, I don't give a shit. It happened. It is what it is. I got self-control. I'm not gonna let that pull me out of my character. And that's where your power is as a man. As a woman, you're supposed to be able to see the indifference and speak life into anything that came opposite of. Why do you think that lady jumped on stage and was like, y'all give it up for Biden? Clapped her hands like, my husband did this. Yeah, she supported him. She didn't give a damn if he messed it up. She messed it up. She stood up when she was supposed to. That was her job, even right or wrong. So it's something to understand and something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the same breath, this world is not, a lot of this world is not based under the understanding of how divine does things. So a lot of these people don't follow divine, they follow a man. That's why they make it look like it's harder. And we sit there and wonder like why we can't get together as far as our culture and standing for each other or standing to each other. Well, or standing for each other in the circumstances that take place. Why we can't get together? Well, Because ultimately, that same energy that you use to pull away from your own culture, it was supposed to be used for you to pull away from the system. It wasn't supposed to be you looking at your culture telling them they ain't worth shit. They don't got this. If you don't got this, I can't deal with you. We build division up in our own. It wasn't for that. It was for you to understand that you got the wherewithal to separate from shit that's trying to keep you in bondage, mentally, spiritually, physically. That's what you were supposed to use. This fuck you energy that y'all got going on. I don't want this. I'm not doing that. If you ain't got this, I ain't with. All right, fine. That's how you feel, but it's dumb. Because you didn't come in this world with none of that. You ain't come in this world with none of that. And your peoples ain't come in this world with none of that. And they peoples and they peoples and they ancestors. Ain't now none of them niggas came in the world with what you want today. None of them. But that's it. If I can't have it, then you're gonna be alone. You're probably gonna pass away sitting there kicking yourself because you thought you knew better than the Almighty Creator of all things, good, bad, and indifferent. So keep in mind when you talk about what you think you know. You don't know nothing. It's not intelligence. It's idiocy. It's control. And that same energy that you got because you're inadequate because the choices you made in your life, you're trying to build an inadequate wall around yourself because you know you fucked up and people just not gonna really accept the things you do as an individual. So you build this wall to try to point fingers at everybody else when in fact that same energy you laying them bricks in front of you, trying to protect your bullshit, should have been used to stop you from being a part of the worldly things. It should have been the thing that stopped you from wanting to become worldly. It should have been the thing that stopped you from wanting to side with anything other than. It should have been the thing that motivated you to pull your family in a better direction to make sure everybody was solidified. Stay straight, everybody good. It was that extra energy needed to push past bullshit that you seen coming. You didn't do that. It's not what you chose. You chose opposite. And you still here getting on social media, getting wherever you can go, whatever image you see, then oh, ain't nobody seen that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. I'm gonna go ahead and be that. I'm gonna be like them. Retarded. It's something to think about, yo. Retarded. Most people don't sit down and take the responsibility to comprehend none of this. You're still trying to be a leader for your own point of view. And that's not a thing. That's not a cardinal energy. Cardinal energies are set in stone. They don't move. They're set in the universe. They're set through the ether. They're set through existence. They're tied into time and space. Cardinal energy will not be moved. No matter what you think you know about whatever, it'll never be moved. It's the law. It's law over law. It's not man's law, it's divine law. Once you comprehend that, you wonder why a lot of things happen because you end up going so far with your own thoughts, you end up going against cardinal law. And when you go against that cardinal law, it's like, yo, how did I mess that up? You messed it up thinking you knew better than the divine. That's how you went against things, you tamper with things that didn't need that type of value, attention from you. It needed your support, not your distance. But you know, failure happens in all types of forms. And that's what learning and walking the path of righteousness is about. It's like you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail even within your own thoughts. You're gonna fail thinking that what you're doing is the right thing. Why you go against everything that has a part of you. Like how do you fight yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like think about it, and it's only a smaller incident to the larger problem that's actually taking place. The largest issue is that the whole world is one body, and we still think we separate. So then things that you do create, like the body recreates skin, like right here in your shoulder area, this will peel off and new skin will come up. You know what that's symbolic to? That's symbolic to you giving birth. The old skin's still there. You got to rub it off. So the time frame it takes for it to peel all the way off is that's the person getting old, passing away, and then the new skin come up. Now it's a replacement for that value. So we in life are just like a body. So how you don't cherish the spot that you're in? How you don't cherish the understanding that you are going to shed and eventually replace it with new skin that's just like you? It starts to get deep. It starts to get deep. So then you got to ask and question yourself, how well are you treating self? Because you got to show something how to do that. We're not talking about talking. We're talking about through the actions of how well you understand what you're doing. Like people want to talk you to death about old ancient shit, but nobody want to go over the basics constantly. No, the basics is the point. Without the basics, everything else don't mean nothing. It's like you watching people talk it, but they ain't gonna never put it to work. You're never gonna do it on an everyday basis. So you have to have the basic understanding of what this is, so therefore you can have something to have discipline on. Once you have discipline with the basic understanding, you can go far. You go real far. Call them off. Insignificant. Insignificant. Delete. Delete. Disconnect. People think they're gonna talk to me today. No, they not. I'm not listening to Haji today. Haji, 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 brother. Just saying, yo, it is what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? I know eventually people gonna get tired of repeating the same process over and over again. That's all I'm saying. Look, I ain't trying to hold you. I'm just trying to show you something, man. It's Naga right here. I'll probably do a live from my computer. I want to play some old school music. I got that Nipsey track that me and Nipsey did a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always be talking about music I did. I might play it for y'all if y'all want to hear it or whatever. You already know the vibes. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about to go ahead and jump up off this. I see the sun creeping over the tree. I like the sun, but it be baking. Boy, it done got super dark. Like I done got some shades darker. I ain't gonna get blue black this summer. I was thinking about it, like, yo, you should turn blue black on them real quick. They're gonna be like, yo, who is that nigga? Like, who is that? He is dark skinned. I just get dumb dark in the sun, like charcoal and shit. Burnt copper. You dig me? I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just trying to show you something, man. Y'all have a beautiful day, Supreme. Naga.